Is it at all possible that the dignified and glorious Lord of this realm should not teach those ill-mannered people who violate the rights of his might and who show disrespect to the grandeur of his glory and chastise them in a way befitting his dignity and glory? There is no punishment that fits his dignity and glory in this world. So there is, and should be, a place of punishment somewhere else. In this proof, we shall open a gate to the hereafter, through names the Dignified One and the Glorious One. First of all, let us see the dignity and glory and get to the Dignified One and Glorious One. Then, let us move on to dignity and glory necessitating the hereafter. Aziz, dignified, as a name of God Almighty. Aziz means God's being the dignified one, his being the greatest of all beings, his being the defeater and not the defeated, and his creatures obeying him and not being disrespectful towards him. Yes, God Almighty is Aziz. When we look at the universe, we see that, due to the mystery of testing, apart from men and some beasts, everything from the sun, the moon, and the earth, to the smallest creatures, carries out their duties with perfect attention. No creatures transgress their boundaries. The huge sun and the stars cannot act in a disorderly way. None of them remains behind and cannot be disobedient to him. Everything moves in a circle of obedience. The fact that everything is in a general obedience proves that they move with the order of the One who is glorious and dignified, and that they obey him. We do not wish to prolong the manifestations of the names Dignified One and Glorious One. Whoever wishes to ponder over those names should look at the high mountains, vast oceans, the storms in the sea, vast deserts, the moon, the sun, and the stars. He will hear that all of them are saying, "O Dignified One, O Dignified One, O Dignified One." Each creature to which greatness has been bestowed is a mirror of his name, Dignified One. Or, if he wishes to see other manifestations of the names Dignified One and Glorious One, he should look at the remains of the older nations that were perished. If he cannot, he should listen to the Quran, because the name Aziz, Dignified One, is seen in the nations that were perished. We said in the beginning, is it at all possible that the dignified and glorious Lord of this realm should not teach those ill-mannered people who violate the rights of his might and who show disrespect to the grandeur of his glory and chastise them in a way befitting his dignity and glory? Definitely not. Boundless glory and dignity necessitates teaching the ill-mannered people and punishing the rebels. However, in this world, there is no chastisement befitting his dignity and glory. The oppressor usually retains his power, and the oppressed people are usually humiliated. As they both depart from this realm, their affairs are then left to the same supreme tribunal. They are postponed. They are not cancelled. He sometimes punishes people in the world, too, like the blows inflicted on some rebellious, stubborn nations. Those chastisements show and prove that man is not unowned, and may any time be subjected to a blow of divine glory. Is it at all possible that man should have an important duty and skill among other men, and then, in return to God Almighty's making himself known by his so many magnificent works, man should not know him through belief? In return to his mercy, making itself loved through all those fruits, man should not make himself loved through worshiping. In return to showing his love and mercy to man with lots of bounties, man should not show respect to him through thanking and praising him. And murders should be unpunished. Man should be unowned. And the dignified and glorious one should not prepare a place of requital? It is impossible. We can sum up this proof as follows. 1. The general obedience in the universe and the divine blows inflicted on the rebellious nations make the dignified and glorious one known to us. 2. Dignity and glory wish to teach the ill-mannered people and punish the rebels. The dignity and glory can only be preserved in this way. 3. In this world, even though there are some divine blows to the oppressors and rebels, mostly the oppressors and rebellious nations pass away from this world without any punishment. Now, this situation proves that there is and should be a supreme tribunal somewhere else, so that dignity and glory may thus protect its grandeur. 4. That is, to deny the hereafter is only possible through denying God's names, the most dignified one and the most glorious one. 5. To deny the names, the dignified one and the glorious one, is only possible through denying the general obedience visible in this universe and the blows inflicted upon the rebellious nations. If the general obedience and punishment inflicted upon the rebellious nations are not denied, acting upon the rule, acts cannot be without doers. One needs to accept the owner of the general obedience and those divine blows. Having accepted that, one needs to agree that he should bring the hereafter. To sum up, The one who cannot deny the dignity visible to our eyes cannot deny the hereafter either. We have nothing to say for the one who denies something which he sees with his eyes.